Advaita Gadadhara Srimadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay. So today's verse is chapter 8, verse number 28. Any Mataji or Prabhuji would like to recite?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
Bhagavad-gītā 8.28. Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva yogi param sthanam chadyam. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. A person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these, and at the end he reaches the supreme eternal board. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So see, this is, as Prabhupada starts writing about this verse, he says this is the summation of chapter 7 and chapter 8. Because if you see, chapter 7 completely talks about Krishna consciousness, how bhakti should be done and why bhakti should be done of Krishna. And chapter 8 deals with completely a devotional service, that what actually is bhakti and what bhakti render. So here, many people would have questions that if we do bhakti, how things will go ahead, how our grihastha life will go ahead, how our brahmacharya life will go ahead. What if we do bhakti, will we get anything? Because we now at present age we are all conditional devotees. We've now for every act of our, first we think that what will happen, what we will get. Will we get something or not? So that is our thought process now. So in that way, if you see here, it is being talked about that if you do whatever you do, like for example, Vedeshu, right? Yaggeshu tapashu cha evaha daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam. So here Krishna is telling Arjuna that, and regarding this, Prabhupada very beautifully writes that when a person starts his life, he starts as a brahmacharya. So in brahmacharya, what he has to do? He has to study. Earlier time, people used to study Vedas. Now also we are studying, but we are just studying material knowledge. But at the end of the day, you have to study. Okay, good. Study. In brahmacharya life, you do study. You move on to the other portion of your life, that is grihastha. In grihastha, it is told that a grihastha should do a lot of yajnas. He should perform charity, a lot of charity, keeping in mind whom I am giving charity. That is of utmost importance. That it's not that whoever is coming without having any background knowledge, we do charity. No. We should have information when we are doing charity. Otherwise, that charity will do ill of ourselves. So in grihastha, you do a lot of yajna, you do a lot of dhan, and then again you move on to the next phase of your life, that is vanaprastha. In vanaprastha, it is said that you have to be more austere. Now you have to break the shackles of all your grihastha life, all attractions towards your material life. That's why in one of the, I don't exactly remember where it is, but in one of the stories in Skanda Purana, it is written that a vanaprastha should never sleep on a bed. That means once you attain 50, that means you hit half century, you are not eligible to sleep on a bed. Especially in, actually we were talking about Vaishak Mahatmya this month. In Vaishak Mahatmya, it is written that a person in whichever stage, right? In Vaishak Mahatmya, the stories, it is written that in Vaishak month, you should never sleep on the bed, right? So in this way, talking about the Vanaprastha ashram, a person should never sleep on the bed. Likewise, in Vanaprastha, you should do a lot of austerity. You should not be more indulged in your household activities. But nowadays, it is seen that as we cross grihastha life, our children get matured, they get married, they have children. Now our life becomes more entangled in our grandson and granddaughter. Instead of leaving, we catch more about with them. We have fun. They keep on crying, they keep on giggling, they keep on talking in the broken words. That's what it has been talked about Ajamila. Pipayan Khadayan, that whenever Ajamil used to eat, he used to give one morsel of food to his son. Whenever he used to drink, he used to give some water to his son. Likewise. So in Vanaprastha, it is said that you have to be more austere. You have to take more austerity in your life. And then when you move on to sannyas, then leave everything, everything and everyone. And you just wander from one place to another, having surrendered to Krishna completely. Okay. But usually, many people, those who take sannyas, means they leave their house, but that complete surrender is not there. So in this verse, as per this verse, it is said that if you have your complete varnashram, you studied Vedas, you did all your lot of work, that is karma yoga in Grihastha phase, you did a lot of yajna and dana, and then in Vanaprastha life, you had an austere life, and then you moved on to sannyas life. But what is the result? As per karma yoga, the maximum, if you perform karma yoga 100% correctly, 100%, which is not at all possible, impossible in this age. Okay. As per karma yoga, it is written that if you perform karma yoga 100%, the maximum fruit is Swargaloka. You will get Swarg. That's it. That's why it is said that even if you perform all these things, you go to higher planets. Okay, let's assume that we perform something extraordinary, right? As in it is written that in the last 3 days of Vaishakh month after Ekadashi, I think today is Triyodashi, right? Sorry, today is Chaturdashi. So today is the last day of Vaishakh month, because tomorrow is Purnima. So in these last 3 days, whoever gives a lot of charity, they get big lokas, even means beyond, like Mahalok, Janalok, Tapalok, all those loks you can attain just by performing austerity in these 3 days. Because for some reason you couldn't do anything in the last 1 month because you were not aware or whatsoever. But at the end, what we are getting? Higher planets. As Krishna says, Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punra Avartino Arjuna. That means even after performing a lot of penances, you might get Brahmalok as well. But what about that? Punral Avartino Arjun. Again, you have to come back. The same story, Kapil Muni tells to her mother Devhuti, saying that Tatastate Sheen Sukrita. Sukrita means pious deeds, pious fruits. And Sheenaha. Once your pious fruits are over, Punarlok Imam Sati. Again, Punarlok Imam, in this world, in this material world, you have to come back. Patanti, Vivisha, Devai. Patanti means you will fall down. Vivisha, you have to fall down. Devai, under the influence of the demigods, you have to fall down. So that's why, my dear mother, leave everything and move on to unalloyed devotional service. There in Canto 3 just talked about. So like the same thing Krishna is telling, whatever you do, that is all destructful. Everything will get destructed, but bhakti will not get destructful. That's why Krishna is saying that Vedeshu yaggeshu tapasu cha evaha daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam tyati sarvam idam viditva yogi param sthanam upayati cha atyam. That the same fruits, all those things you will get just by doing bhakti. And in addition to that, what will happen? Yogi param sthanam upayati cha adyam. At the end, you will attain my abode, which those people will not get who will perform these austerity. But the clue point is, the turning point is, it is said that you have to do bhakti. So can anyone help me? What are the two qualities? Two, okay, only two. Don't cook yourself, okay? What are the two qualities of bhakti which is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam? That bhakti should be performed like this. What are the two qualities? It's a very famous verse. I think everyone is aware, and I think everyone has memorized.
Jnana and Vairagya, Prabhuji.
Jnana and Vairagya are the two sons of Bhakti, Mataji. These are not the
Okay.
qualities. Those qualities you attain automatically if you do bhakti. What are the two qualities of bhakti, prominent qualities of bhakti by which bhakti should be done? After that, we give excuses. That's a different picture.
Humble as a grass and tolerant as a tree.
No. That is amanina manadena kirtanya sadahari. With those qualities, you should chant the Lord's name. What are the two qualities with which you should do bhakti?
With complete surrender.
Submissiveness, surrender, and
Surrender, Atma Niveda.
Faith and full belief.
That's why I said,
smaranam and
that's why I said, please do not cook yourself. Tell me the two qualities and the very famous verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, which every one of you know. If I tell now, everyone will tell, hey, I know, I just forgot, it went out of my head.
Surrender, Prabhuji, surrender.
No.
Bapre.
Tell no, Prabhuji.
It's a very famous verse, Mataji, in the first canto. What is that verse? Every one of you know that. I guarantee that. In English, do we have book reading or we don't have a session?
We have.
We read long back, Prabhuji.
Okay, no issues. Then you should study yourself, self-study.
Yes, we'll do it, Prabhuji.
What are the two points? See,
Unalloyed.
actually, okay.
Unalloyed, unflinching.
What are the two words?
Undeviated. Same thing I'm saying in different words, Prabhuji. Unalloyed devotional service.
Okay, unalloyed means pure devotional service, right? Okay. Okay, let's assume. Okay, what is the other one?
love.
Without love, how would you get unalloyed devotional service?
Unconditional. Unconditional love.
Unconditional is the one point. What is the other point?
It is for the love of Godhead. That's it. Not for any material gains.
That is unalloyed devotional service.
Okay.
Savai punsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje ya ahaituki apratihata yatma suprasidati. Ahaituki and ayatma. Sorry. Ahaituki and apratihata. Ahaituki means unconditional, without any condition. And apratihata means without any interruption. So interruption means I don't have to tell you that you have to do bhakti. These are the two prominent. First canto, chapter 2, verse number 6. Please go and revise. Okay. These are the two qualities of bhakti which if we do bhakti, then only bhakti is considered as bhakti. Otherwise, everything is conditional, everything is temporary, and everything is, for our means. Right? As we said, without any reason. it is here it is saying ahaituki apratihata, without any reason and without being unmotivated and uninterrupted. These are the two words that Prabhupada uses, unmotivated and uninterrupted, because we need a lot of motivation. That's why we keep on wandering here and there. So bhakti should be like this. Then only Krishna is saying, with this type of bhakti, if anyone does bhakti, then all the fruits that are gained by Vedeshu, Gyaneshu, all these things, you get that. As well, on top of that, you get an additional bonus. That means you get my abode, that is without any doubt. That is why in Srimad Bhagavatam Mahatmya, it is said, na tapobhi, na dane, na vedescha, na gyane, na api karmana. Harihi sadhyate bhaktaya pramanam tatra gopika. Ki gopika, gopis are the biggest example, foremost example that they did nothing. They were illiterate. But they knew only one thing. What is that thing? Love towards Krishna. Unconditional, uninterrupted, unmotivated. They didn't want anyone. They didn't wanted anything. They wanted just a smile on Krishna's face. And for that, they did whatever they can. If you have to apply lipstick on your lips, they applied lipstick on their forehead. Just for this, that by seeing this, Krishna will become happy. That was their only intention. And that's why Bhagavatam says, Harihi sadhyate bhaktaya pramanam tatra gopika. The gopis are the foremost examples, foremost proof that Krishna can be obtained only by bhakti. That's why. And without love, there is no bhakti. That's why Goswamiji says, Rama hi kevala prema piyara Jaan lehu jo jaan nihara. Without love, there is no bhakti. And when with this feeling bhakti is done, then you get all sort of fruits. You don't have to do anything. If you have, you do. If you don't have, very good. It's not required. No yajna, no dhan. For doing charity, we need money, right? Without money, how will you do charity? For example, one very Radharaman, His Holiness Radharaman Maharaj in Kumbh, he said that, see, Adani did a lot of charity, but can we do? We cannot do. So it is better that we stick to bhakti, because charity is not our cup of tea. So likewise, we can do a lot of things, but until and unless we have bhakti backed up, all those things are waste. Those are just activities. Those are just physical drill. That's why Bhagavatam says, Dharma swanushtita punsam visvakshena kathasu yaha na utpatyate ratim shram eva hi kevalam. It's just like a donkey working for a carrot, nothing else. That's why in 11th chapter as well, Krishna says, Bhaktyatva ananya shakka ahamev vidho Arjun. I can be obtained only by pure bhakti. Other than that, there is no way, no way, no way. That's why Krishna here gives a glimpse, gives a clue. See, if you read entire Bhagavad-gītā, it's a impure devotional service. In Bhagavad-gītā, it's not pure devotional service. It's as we say, mishrit. It's mixed, right? But every now and then you will see Krishna giving a signal that you are doing this thing, okay, good, but without bhakti, this is waste. In every alternate chapter, you will see Krishna giving us as a signal. That's why we keep on doing things. That doesn't mean, okay, we have to do bhakti, I will leave my home and wander here and there. No. We have to take care of our responsibilities, as well as we have to follow the unalloyed devotional path. Because devotees, when they don't perform the responsibilities, the fingers are raised up. This is what Krishna consciousness teaches us. This is what only just chanting, everything happens by that. So you have to take care of your responsibilities as well. Get your responsibilities done in whichever phase of life you are, and then perform the unalloyed devotional service. And this unalloyed devotional service will fetch everything in our life. Nothing else is required. But We have to stick to the process. If we come today, today we do, tomorrow we don't do, day after tomorrow we do. We want, that's why Krishna says, unmotivated. Don't wait for a third party to come in your life. Why third party? If you are first party, who is the second party? In fact, second party, we are the second party. First party is Krishna. When two parties are there, why do you need the third party for your own motivation? That's why Krishna is saying unmotivated and uninterrupted. There should not be any interruption whatsoever. That's why Krishna has given a blanket approval that for worshipping me, for loving me, you don't need anything.
yoga. அது போயிட்டு இல்லையான்னு பார்க்க வந்தேன் நான் மறந்தே போயிட்டேன் வாக்கிங் ஆக்ஷன் போயிடலாம்
You don't need anything. It just what is required is bhaktya. Bhakti is required, and without love, bhakti cannot be performed. So that's why here Krishna is saying that whatever we do in our life, that should be backed up with bhakti. And if bhakti is not there, then all these things you will not fetch me with all these things. Because as we are sadhana devotees performing sadhana, there is no sadhana, there is no activity in this world whose fruit is Krishna. There is no activity apart from bhakti. And that also unalloyed devotional service, pure devotional service. Then only, even after that, with due permission of Krishna, only janahi jehu tehu jehi janai. Only by Krishna's will we can know Krishna. There is no other way, no other way, no other way. That's why in Kathopanishad it has been said, na ayam atma pravachane na labhyo na medhya na bahuna shruten. This verse of Kathopanishad cuts down everything. Whether you are a very big speaker, whether you are a great listener, whether you are a great intelligent person, whether you are doing a lot of activities, Krishna cuts down everything in this verse. He just says, na ayam atma. Without my permission, you cannot know me unconditionally, whatever you are, whether you are a speaker, listener, director, choreographer, producer, whatever you are, you cannot get me. That's why Krishna here emphasizes on the essence. And if you read the purports of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada says that without bhakti, and at the end he gives another glimpse that bhakti can be, we can make our bhakti matured by having pure association as well. If we have really good association where our bhakti can be bloomed, then only it will take to the next ladder. Otherwise, we will sit in the same state where we were 50 years ago, and now also we are in the same place. After 10-20 years, we will die and our game is over. That's why on this auspicious, on this very, very, very wonderful, beautiful, auspicious day, an extra energy day, Lord Narasimha's day, please pray to Lord Narasimha that so that all our ills, all our obstacles on the path of devotion should be eradicated. Means we cannot do on ourselves. So just pray to Lord Narasimha that he does it, because everything is in his hands. Nothing is with us, and we cannot do anything. We are just the puppets of Krishna. Whatever he wants, we are just acting like that. So with this prayers, I would like to conclude. Hare Krishna. If any Mataji or Prabhuji has any question.